the captain's hands off.
I know, right? Well, how is everybody on this beautiful Wednesday evening? It is hump day. Woo.
We have someone MIA again. I don't know who. Before everyone starts asking.
Calling Jeffy. Where is Jeffy? Well, Jeffy is at work. We're not sure when he's going to be able to come back to the show, but he was with me yesterday, so
yeah, I spoke to both of you.
Yes, he was here yesterday with me on my Tuesday show. And for those of you that were here with us, you got to see him yesterday, but he's not here today because he has to be at work. And right now that is more important. But welcome in, Mama Nancy and Muncie. How are you guys doing this beautiful Wednesday? I know Keith and I were just chit-chatting, getting ready for the show, and we're like, oh, it's showtime.
Yeah, sort of forgot.
I've just been busy trying to work for this for what is it? How would you say? Is it Suez?
I would say Suez.
Suez?
But it's, you know what? It's like, you can't say in Spanish. You got to go, with that accent. Like, they go, Suez,
I know, right? Well, in Spanish, will be Suez.
Yeah, but so, I know it will be Suez. I know it will be Suez. You got to go, I cannot say it. I'm even trying to put it. There's some accents I could do. I could do English.
Oh my God.
I could do like a Scottish accent. You go like, for Christ's sakes, lad, what are you doing?
I know, right?
You could just like, I could do that on the go, but like,
oh my God, that's just too funny. So how's everybody doing on this beautiful Wednesday? Anybody cruising? That it's on the Commons? Where are you going?
Anybody have a cruise coming up? I mean,
any cruises coming up? I'm happy. I booked another cruise next June. Ooh.
Yeah, she's going June 1st to I think the 9th or the 10th on the Venezia out of New York.
Oh, well, look who's here. The Queen of Disney. Hello, Miss Samara Brown. All the way from Canada. How are you?
The Queen of Disney's here.
I know the Queen. I know she is here. She's going on December. Oh, Disney cruise. Wait a minute, Samara. Is this the back-to-back cruise? Look at Muncie. Awesome, Nancy. We have to wait until next September.
Yeah, I'm also waiting till next.
What's happening next September? Where are you going, Muncie?
He's going on a cruise with me.
Is that the one that we're doing?
No, that's a different one.
This is something completely okay.
He's
never mind, people.
So he's going on the Aqua with me.
Nice. Look at you, Muncie. Look at you.
So my cruises next year I'm going to have 2 cruises next year, but they're all going to be at the end of the year. Usually I like to split them up, but I'm probably going to have one in November and one. I'm not sure what month I'm going to do the second one yet. I haven't looked at it, but I'm trying to do that one a little later. Okay. And then after that one, I'm going to have another cruise for the following year, which is like 612 days, which I will get into that part a little bit.
That's right. And actually, I'm just going to put this out there because a lot of people don't know. Because I know that you and Mama Nancy, you guys do a lot of casino deals. Yeah. Well, now, we've been doing it. We've been doing casino deals for a while where we can handle your casino bookings as well. But Royal Caribbean just upped our commission. So thank you, Royal Caribbean, for doing that. So now we get a little bit more for casino. If you're in a casino deal, we can handle all of your bookings. And sometime next year, they're actually going to, like if we handle your booking and you go on the cruise, whatever casino deals you get, it will automatically come to us. And then we can actually book them for you. You don't have to go through that phone line or anything like that.
Now, how does that, so for example, because I do this all the time with Carnival, right? So I see it, I want to go on the cruise, I book the deal, I look at the deal they give me, right? So then a couple months later, a better deal comes out. So what I do is I call Carnival up, I let them know the deal, the code, the whole thing, and then they changed my deal to that deal. I did that on my last cruise where originally it cost me $2,000 at first. Then I got down to 1,100. Then I got all the way down to 600. Oh, hello, Venture Cast. We got a new one coming in. Thank you.
Hello, welcome. Come in. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
So because he came in and has nothing to do with VentureCast, I had like one of the nicest comments I have ever gotten on my channel. I mean, once.
Oh, that's awesome.
I had someone. Oh yeah, someone wrote saying that they wake up every morning looking forward to my news stories. They look for it all the time and all that. And they literally said I could tell that you are not being paid by nobody, by I mean the cruise lines. They have not bought you out, and they basically were telling me, once these people become big, they get paid off by the cruise lines.
Right.
Like, please don't get paid off by the cruise line because your channel is really good. So when you get comments,
awesome.
When you get comments like that, is really good. And another thing, I was like, I think this was on TikTok, right? So do you remember? I did a news story where two people were in the mountain in Alaska, and one of them fell and died. So the cousin of that person who died and fell sent me a comment on my thing, and telling me how she feels there. So I'm like, I'm sorry for your loss and the whole thing.
Oh wow!
And I was like, I felt bad. I was like, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. Hey, but you're doing what you're supposed to do.
No. I mean, yeah, that's the best.
But anyways, going back to your casino situation, I can book any casino for Carnival, for Royal, Norwegian, any cruise line. It's no different than you booking a cruise. You just send me your information, your codes or whatever. And whenever you see a new deal, you just let me know and I'll do all the legwork for you guys. So if that's something that you're interested, we can do that as well. I just wanted to put it out there because Royal Caribbean just changed it. And we get a little bit more commission because casino is very different than a regular booking. So we get a little bit more. So thank you, Royal, for all of that. I see your Instagram posts every day. That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing a lot is like I take a lot of my shorts. So I put them on Instagram. I started doing all the platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So basically, what I put on TikTok, I put on all those 4 platforms I put them back to back. Then sometimes depending on the story, I'll put it on YouTube. Even though I monetize from YouTube, but I don't want to put, like I said, I try not to put too much shorts on that because sometimes I felt like it was ruining the algorithm.
Gotcha.
It depends on what it is. If I'm gonna put nothing
it's like every time we continue to evolve, we continue to learn. The algorithm.
Remember I said the algorithm changed, but my last 2 news videos, I've actually gotten more views than I've gotten over the past couple of weeks. So maybe it finally adjusted.
Right. So VentureCast, we are here with Cruising with Keith. Obviously, you're following Cruising with Keith. I am traveling with Tinkerbell, and then we have Escapades with Jeffy. Jeffy's not here today. He should be here a little bit down the road because he's at work, but we also have a third person that also helps here with the channel. And hopefully, since you're new here today, you will enjoy today. We're talking about the Port of Egypt. So hopefully you enjoy all of that great information.
So every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Obviously, it's mainly on YouTube. I might put it up on Instagram and Facebook, but Instagram doesn't join in on the chat. So really, if you want to join in on chat, you just got to come onto the YouTube side. So every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we pick a different cruise port from around the world. So
right. Well, look, he says, I took advantage of the 3 times VIFP points Carnival Casino deal and booked the Carnival Legend. The Carnival Legend is a great cruise to be on, to be honest. So yeah, that's the reason why I put all the information on here, because a lot of people don't know that I'm a travel advisor. I'm sorry, VentureCast, I am a travel advisor. So if you need help or you have any questions, just give me a call. I'll be more than happy to help you with that as well. But Carnival Legend is also a great ship to be on. And especially if you're going to get 3 times the VIF points, go for it.
Well, I would definitely go for it, especially with the
with
you know,
everything going on.
going on, the changing. So you really want to get to the highest status as quick as
Right.
possible, because once you get there, you're there for life. Now, I don't know after once they change the program, if you get to that status after the program, are you going to be there for life?
Right.
They have not said that. I don't think they're going to do that, because they're going to see so many casino players, the high rollers, are going to be getting to that platform within like this. I think something's going to happen even after they're done with it. They're going to realize that it's so quick and easy for the casino players to get there. Because, for example, on my last cruise, I would have went from, say I had no status at all, I would have been a gold status after one cruise.
Oh, wow.
I had
Well,
over
actually,
10,000.
it's weird that we're talking about that right now, because my show yesterday, we were talking about the change on the Carnival loyalty
Yeah.
program. And I truly believe that maybe by the time it rolls again, they might tweak it a little bit again, and then before it rolls out.
I just think it'd be, because when I was on my last cruise, I saw, because I was on an elite cruise, right? So there's a lot of high rollers there and all that. I saw so many people by the end of the cruise were over 100,000 points. They would have been they would have been platinum after one cruise.
Yeah,
that's one cruise.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay, and that's not even counting what they spent on the ship, what they spent for the room and all that.
Yes. All right. Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and start the show tonight. Tonight, like I said, we're going to be talking about the Port of Suez. We're going to go all the way to Egypt, and we're going to bring you not only history, but the news and around the port, shore excursions, and restaurant. He says this cruise will get me into platinum. Hey, probably won't be able to get diamond. I'm diamond on royal though. Hey, that's awesome, VentureCast. That is awesome.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, so here we go. Let's start the show. I'll see you all in a little bit.
Yep.
Well, welcome in, and hello, Miss Joanne is in the house. For those of you that don't know, Joanne is Keith's wife. Look at that, Miss. The beautiful Joanne has made it in. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about the Port of Suez, and this is a great place to go visit. I actually found some really cool information, and it's actually considered a canal. So it's a cruise port, but it's also like the Suez Canal is what is actually considered. So the Suez Canal is a great development in Egyptian navigation. So first of all, the Suez is a very important in Egyptian trade, politics, and science, and has contributed to facilitating the process of navigation. As the Suez Canal links, they said that the Port of Suez is length up to 163 kilometers, and the width is about 52 meters. And that place is like really, it's kind of like not like extremely big, but it's pretty big for the ships to come in and out. There are many French and Egyptian scientists who gave some ideas for this construction. So, you got to get a whole bunch of people involved here. The ancient history of the Suez Canal, it is important, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why. Since the ancient time, the Suez area has a fundamental importance as meeting point of trading connections between Asia and Africa. Many efforts were made in various historical periods to connect the Mediterranean to the Red Sea, separated only by thin strips of land. The oldest artificial navigable No, I don't think that's how you pronounce it. Canal. I'm going to skip that one, guys. Seems to be one built by the Egyptians and the French in the 3rd century BC, connecting through a branch of the Nile, the Mediterranean, to the Red Sea. That's one place, guys, that I would love to see one day, is the Nile. The project to open the such important waterway, it seems to have been made by the Pharaoh Necho II. It also has to facilitate the journey between the African and Asian continents. They made part of the ships that transport the goods from the country to another one, and then chose the Suez Canal to save time and effort if they have to pay taxes to pass. So, they're not, they got smart when it came to stuff like that. So the Suez Canal, how it was built, you might ask. The Suez Canal is considered to be the artificial canal built by the French and Egyptians, and that has a link to the Red Sea with the Mediterranean Sea. And the main idea of the construction of the canal goes back to the time of the pharaohs, and then the Islamic period, and then in our present time. It has been closed 5 times, and the last time the closure was it was a risk that they had to take many, many years ago, and then it was inaugurated again in 1975. I was 1 year old when they inaugurated it again. The channel of the pharaohs, the first canal was built around 250 BC, called the Pharaoh's Canal, a work that allowed the transit of the large cargo and military boats. According to some historical documents, it seemed that the canal was used for more than 5 centuries, and later, due to probable splitting up, it was abandoned under the rule of Trajan in 106 BC. This was like a long time ago. Man, that's crazy. A navigable canal that connected the Red Sea in the Mediterranean Sea and resisted for 700 years. In more recent times, countless projects were presented between 106 till today. And finally, in 1854, the Suez Canal Study Companies presented a new project for the construction of the present canal. And after years of dedicating and raising funds, in April 1858, the construction work began. The canal was opened for navigation 10 years later on November 17 of 1869. So could you imagine everything that this canal went through? And when you look at the pictures, it looks really cool how they did it. In the current situation today, the canal is about 163 kilometers long, like I told you, from 50. It used to be 50, now it's 163, and 110 mile wide. It also allows transits of ships full of load capacity up to 150,000 tons. And it has no locks because it connects points to the same level to the sea without reaching different intermediate altitudes, which is really cool if you think about it. And all the sorts of different things that passes through this canal is just like kind of like amazing, and it's just super great. So that's all that I have for history. Let me see if anybody else came in new. Venture says that he sailed through the Suez Canal, and the times where he was in the Navy. It was interesting experience. It looks really cool, though. To me, it looks very, very cool. The way that they built it and what it looks like today. So we're going to pass it over to Keith. He's going to bring you the news, and then we'll continue our show.
Hello, everybody. Maybe I might be a little bit too close to you guys. You might be able to see all the pimples and all these. Look at all these great hairs I'm getting. I literally got to shave. I had time to shave, but by the weekend I will be shaved off. Right. So we're about to start, but I'm in the process of trying to find a restaurant, and every restaurant. First of all, when I put the restaurants in, guess what happened? It showed me a restaurant down block from my house. don't even know why. I put restaurants in Suez, and then I found another one in Suez, and it don't even translate into English, so there might be an issue with that. So, but hopefully we can find it. If not, we will figure something out. One says that's how my beard used to look when I don't shave. And Joanne says awesome. Muncie us too. Oh, yeah, it's cheaper to New York than Florida. Might have to try a balcony cabin this time. Okay, so let's get started. Not much news is also another thing that was pretty tough, right? This is probably one of the hardest posts that I have ever done. But today is a high of 89 degrees, a low of 74, and this is the weird thing. First time I ever encountered this at a port. Like literally, I was like, month. I started checking. Let me check the months. Literally, I saw one cruise this month. Okay, let's go to next month. One cruise. Every month after, some months had 2 cruises. The whole month, 1 or 2 cruises the whole month. I was like, wow, this is crazy. I've never seen that before. Lulu, thank you for coming in. And okay, so here we go. Let's get back to this. And let's read these news stories. Where is it? Where are you? Right over here. And we're going to get over there. And which one do I want to do? I'm going to actually mix it up, okay? Because 2 of them are almost like same story. So our cruise ship is happening in April 3rd of 2024. So there's a lot of unrest in the Red Sea right now. At this moment, a lot of unrest. So that's probably also the other reason why I don't see many cruises going there. So because this is in the Red Sea. In order to get there, you got to go through the Red Sea. I just totally forgot to mention that until I saw the story. So cruise ship encounters Red Sea tensions on reposition voyage. Despite the turbulence in the Red Sea that has resulted in many cruise line rerun ships to avoid conflict, Crystal Sympathy voyage into the Red Sea on April 1st, 2024, with only crew members and no passengers. So they went there with no passengers because they're trying to protect the passengers. Obviously, I've even seen stories where they thought that they were pirates, where they have literally told people. I seen a video one time. They told people, saw the announcement on the cruises, stay away from windows, you were not allowed outdoors. They wanted to make it look like there was nobody on the cruise ship. All right. So, I might just want to So they went there with just a crew, no passengers, on a repositioned voyage from Mumbai, India, to the Mediterranean, carried without passengers. They lost some money there. Because cruise lines like to reposition, they like to make sure that they can make a quick buck here or there. For example, Carnival on their Niagara cruise, they're charging as if it's like an 8-day for a 4-day cruise or 5-day cruise. So that's why they started 4 or 5-day cruises is a money grab. It's good for passengers because you get quick cruise, but it's also a money grab for the cruise lines. Okay, so let's get on to the next one. So everybody out there, do you think 4 or 5-day cruises, are they money grabs? Please put in the comments. And let's go to the next one. So this, December 17, 2025, the Suez Canal witnessed the transit of the mega cruise ship Aurora with 2,300 tourists on board. So 2,300 passengers. I guess that's a mega ship in the Mediterranean. Okay. So that means, I guess Carnival ship is a mega ship, I mean, the ship's got to be smaller than the Horizon. I mean, 2,300 passengers. I mean, I know the Horizon, I think, holds over 3,000. So Roy said under the flag of Marshall Islands and is 335 in length meters. The beam is 38 meters. 38 meters. And can carry 3,362 passengers as well as 16 crew. I'm curious, does it say the gross tons? Because that's how you know the size of it. Passenger 30,000 ships. No, I don't say the gross tons here, but what I'm going to do is before we come back, once I finish, I'm going to find out the gross tons for everybody and all that. So let me go on to the next one. And let's get on to the next one, and then we can find, and then I can pass this off to Tinkerbell, and during that time, I will find out the gross times for everybody. So this is the MSC one. MSC cruises drastically changing the world. Cruise due to unrest. This was just recently, about a month ago, a little over a month ago, right? August 17th, 2025. I wish I could go back to that date because I was just like, well, like 8, 11 or 12 days right before my cruise. So just remember, we wouldn't mind going back up, back in time. If I went back in time, there's a lot more other things I would do besides going to cruise. I would like to go see some people who ain't here no more. That's what I would like to do. Okay, the MC Magnificent 118 night 2026 World Cruise is not going to avoid the Red Sea region, which means the last segment will change and the Suez Canal transit will not be possible. So as you know, the Red Sea is probably, if you have Red Sea area, is going to be off limits. No one's going to go to the Red Sea, just like Royal Caribbean is not going to go to Haiti. There's unrest in there in these two regions, and this is probably going to go on for a long time. Like when I originally put this story out, when this first happened, I said this is something that's going to happen for a long time. This isn't going to be a couple months. I figured it's something that could be a couple of years, unless something over here does happen. But you don't want to bring passengers over there, and then you get one of these terrorists out there. I don't want to say it, but they do something stupid. They try to affect the ship. They try to sink the ship, and you don't want that to happen. So yeah. So see. So if guests choose not to sail based on the final itinerary, MSC will permit full refunds and all that. So if you do choose not to sail, you get your money back. But to me, you're already going on the World Cruise. Do you really want to go to the Red Sea on the World Cruise? I don't want to go to down that area right now because it's unsafe. You know what? Take me to Alaska. Well, I don't even know what's over there. Just go to South Africa. There you go. Boom. Problems solved. You take me to South Africa. And that is about it. All right. So, and that is it for the news right now, everybody. And I'm going to pass this back to Tinkerbell. Emily, thank you for coming in and all that.
You got to dance to this music because it is great. Welcome in to the, hold on, wait a minute. Let me get the name straight. Welcome in Family at Sea. Welcome in Emily. Thank you so much, guys, for being here today. And for Family at Sea, Star of the Sea was thebomb.com. You got to go. If you haven't seen it, you got to go. And right now I'm going to bring you what's around port in Egypt as we're talking about the Port of Suez. So a little bit about this port that I was reading. The port consists of Port Ibrahim, providing berths of general cargo and passenger vessels where facilities for tanker and livestock vessels are situated. So in this port, is located in the southern tip of Suez Canal and has been commercialized since the 7th century. The spice trade, the pilgrims to Mecca made the prosperous throughout the Middle Ages. It became a naval base in the 15th century. And in 1869, the opening of the Suez Canal ensured its development to the modern city. So if you have not gone to that part of the world, it is completely different what it looks today. And it's just simply stunning and beautiful. I was looking at some of the things to do around the port. And when I was doing the research on this port, is just simply stunning. And there's so much to do in that area. Today, Suez is in Egypt's largest port. It's situated near the scenic Ataga Hills. It's about 134 kilometers from Cairo and 88 kilometers from Ismailia. The city affords the excellent views of Sinai and the Red Sea, which is something great to go see. It is also interesting to watch the ships passing through the canal from the Suez vantage point. It is also well worth strolling along the Corniche to watch the huge ships line up in transit of the canal. The Port of Suez itself has very few attractions. One of the highlights there is the pretty Hamza Mosque, and which is made in white stone and illuminated at night. The other is the home of the late Anwar Sadat. The convent of the Good Chapel Sister is a Catholic convent dating back in the 19th century. It's perhaps the only Christian historical site in the Port of Suez area. If we're going to talk a little bit about tours and excursions in that area, the Suez Canal port is very important due to its link to the Mediterranean Sea with the Red Sea. One of the advantages of the Suez cruise port is that it makes all of Egypt's major attractions very accessible. The area's climate is warm and dry. The Suez Canal cruises typically including all major Red Seas area attractions, including the Sinai and area and even Cairo. Taxis are available at the Suez Canal Cruise Terminal in Suez Port. Tour buses are another option, especially for passengers headed into Cairo. The journey from Suez to Cairo takes about 1.5 hours. There are 2 full-day tours to choose from. The first-time visitors, a trip to the pyramids in Giza and the Museum of the Antiquities is a must-see. A second tour is Cairo and beyond, is available to see the tombs and the Saqqara and the Memphis, where you will find the gigantic statue of Ramses II. Also included in his tour is a visit to the vast, colorful Khan in Cairo. With all tours, armed security will be on each bus, and often police escort will be close to the caravan, so that way you'll be safe. One of the important things that we need to know, there are many companies offering short excursions into Egypt, and general are reliable. But your ship only will wait for a late customer. The ships will not wait for a late customer, so keep an eye when booking these short excursions on your own. More than likely, I always recommend, as a travel advisor that I am, always book through the cruise line when you're doing something new in a new port that you really don't know yet. Once you've gone there a couple of times and you're a little bit more familiarized with them, that's a little bit of a different situation. Restaurants are mainly simple and cheap, but menus can be far more impressive than the look of the joint. Seafood can be very good in Suez. Egyptian cuisine combines many of its best traditions of the Middle Eastern cooking, local specialties, including bean dishes, roasted pigeons, kebabs, and hummus, which is kind of chickpeas, for those of you that don't know. Although Egypt is a Muslim country, alcohol is available in cafe-style bars and good restaurants. So what do you guys think? I know, right? Are you guys going to be on the inaugural for Excel? I will be there. I will be there, and we'll talk about it after we're done with our segment. We will talk about that, and I'll give you some information about that. But for right now, we're going to come back. Keith and I are going to be coming back together, and we're going to do short excursions and restaurants. So let's do that part.
Hello.
Yeah. I don't know why I look so dark. It's like this thing does not want to work for me today. There it is. See, now it's like, see, look,
Okay, I was
now
gonna
it's
say,
like,
see over here. I'm actually at my kitchen table, right? Because my wife has her stuff actually where the office is, so I don't use her laptop. I have my own laptop and everything, right? So I have actually a laptop here, and I have a laptop connected to a bigger screen. So I'm looking at the screen, but I have the laptop to my right. So
okay.
well, I have a light like right above here. So
It's
this
just
is
so strange because every so often it goes like darker and then all of a sudden it's just bright. I don't know. This thing is crazy today.
I mean, I could tell you guys this right now. I couldn't get into a restaurant where I could read a menu. I was able to get
I
one.
did. I
So,
got into a restaurant.
but I am going to get you guys a restaurant. I'm just going to show you guys photos. That was the
It's
best.
gonna be fun.
I started clicking. Either they have no website or half of them just send me to Facebook every time. Facebook.
You
I'm
know,
like,
I had that same situation, so I ended up having to Google one, and then I finally found one. I'm like, okay, finally. So are we gonna do the shore excursions first, or how do
yeah,
you
yeah,
want
yeah,
to?
yeah, 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 yeah. I have two. So if
You
oh,
want me to?
which
I'll
ones
do
do you have?
mine since I have one, and
Which
then
one
you
do you
can do
have?
yours.
Which one do you have?
I have
Drum roll.
I have from the Giza pyramids and museum on a private day tour.
Okay, is it? Let me see. And the guided museum. Okay, so you go first. Okay,
Okay.
because I'm gonna pick another one then. That's why I wanted to ask you.
Okay. So let me go ahead and share my screen with everybody so you guys can see. All right. So let's bring you into this amazing. Hold on, guys. Here we go. All right. So this is the port. We're going to talk about a little bit about Giza pyramids and the museum and a private day tour. I love this picture. The chick is over here kissing the, I don't know what you will call that, but I think that was really cool. Whoever did that is really cool to see. So this is like $268 per person. Keep in mind, this is on September 25th. So it's as of today for two travelers. So it's $268. And a little bit about the overview. From the moment you set foot in the Socana port, our agents will welcome you to meet and greet services holding a sign with your name to embark in the private Egyptologist and extraordinary adventure you will enjoy. It'll have a private round trip transfer from Skona, Sagna Port. I think it's Sagna Port, and all the attractions. Explore the Giza pyramids complex and Sphinx and the Valley Temple and the Egyptian Museum. Savor the authentic lunch of the Pareos in Institute tour. What's included? Pickup service from port and return, all transferred by private air-conditioned vehicle. Private tour, any extras not mentioned in the itineraries, tipping kitty, tickets to get into the pyramids is not included. Entrance fee to the mentioned sites, lunch meal at the local restaurant in Cairo, bottled water on board of the vehicle during the tour, shopping tour in Cairo, all taxes and service charges. I'm going to show you some pictures here because I think, look at that. That is so cool. That will be so me. I will try to take a picture doing something like that. I thought that was really cool to do. So there's the new Staten Dam. Woo! Nice and proud over there. This is so cool. This is one thing that is for sure on my bucket list to do one day. And these are the places where you would go and, be able to check it out. Oh, this is so cute. So yeah, this is my excursion for today. Let me remove it so that we can bring Keith in here.
Yeah,
That's me and Mickey. That will be you and Mickey, Samara, for sure.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. I wrote in the chat before. So that cruise ship is it's a decent size, 150,000 gross tons.
Okay.
I
saw it. I think you put it right here. Here it is.
Yeah. So it's 150,000 gross tons. See, So here's something I found out, right? A lot of people don't know. So, for example, I'll use Carnival as an example, and then I'll put my down. So you know how Carnival has the celebration, the Mardi Gras, right? Okay, those are sister ships. But what you forget is if there's more than just those sister ships, because on they will have the same model, the same exact cruise ship on within their companies. So you might go on a coaster ship or one of their other sister ship. The other companies will have the same exact ship, the same exact layout, but obviously it's not going to have like Guy's Burger and all that stuff. So
right.
So that's one thing that okay, you want to try another company, look for a ship for Carnival from that size and find which sister ships they have with their other companies of that ship.
Got it. Okay, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed it when I was looking at cruise ports one time. I think I went like Cruise Mapper or another one, and they actually said, "Oh, the sister ships from all the companies for that ship."
Interesting.
That was something I found out one day, which I did not know. Okay, so let me get to this.
Samara is telling Muncie, book it real good. I know, right?
Book it. I'm gonna have something for you for everybody else to book in
She's
about.
Probably dancing over there in her room.
In about 10 minutes, I have some news for everybody. Okay.
All right.
Okay. I'm looking for like I'm looking at the top of the screen and all. I got too much into the book, and I was like, well, what am I doing right now? Okay, so let's start with this one. Right. So this one I just found right now. So from
dancing. She said she's dancing with all her plushies.
Christian and Islamic Old Cairo. $235 per person. This is good, especially if you're a religious person, right?
Right. That's really cool.
Okay, let's see. Let's start from this right here. Let's go from here and let's see. Okay, not bad. As you got the cross up there. I mean, it is beautiful.
That is really nice.
Yeah. Oh, that is definitely. Remember, you're gonna see some old places when you go out here to these places, and just do yourself a favor. Like for example, like I know I just looked it up. Like in Egypt, they don't enforce it, but there's a lot of Middle Eastern countries they will force. Like see this woman, she's wearing that head thing. They enforce that.
Is it the hijab?
Yeah. They also want they don't want you wearing even down to the men. They don't want the men to wear shorts and all that. Which I did not know until I just researched it right now. So that's something I did not know. Okay. I call it the headscarf. I don't know what it's called. So, wow. Yeah. So okay, I think I should be done with. Oh, that is gorgeous inside. Look at that. That's beautiful.
That is pretty.
And also, some places they might not want you going there taking videos and photos and stuff like that. So just pay attention to all the signs that they have over there because I know when I went to the pyramids in Mexico, I actually had to pay money in order to film in them. It wasn't much. It was I think $10. I was like, okay, it's $10. I would have paid 20. But it's stuff like that. So okay, so let's go on to the next one.
Emily's saying that make sure you drink bottled water only when you're up there.
Well, whenever I go to another country, that's all I drink is bottled water. I won't drink out of the fountain or stuff like that from these countries. Carmen Lynn
for the win. Carmen, hello, welcome in.
Thank you for coming in. Thank you
for being here.
And I do see her in my comments a lot on my videos. So
Lulu Cruces is also here.
Thank you for all your wonderful comments, everybody. Here we go. But everybody, you will have a chance to meet me soon. Now that news is coming up. It's a hint. Here we go with the hint. But I won't have the video yet. I have to make it first. Okay, so I don't even know how much the other one was. I forgot. So
I think it was like 238. The other one.
238. Okay. This is $259 per person. This is a museum. I'll be honest. I love going to museums. Like honestly, if I go to a museum, I always wonder. I want to go into a museum. I like to do tours of museums and all that because I'm going to these ports, going to these places. So just like I was in St. Thomas. I went to Megan's Bay, and I still made it to the pirate museum. I
Right.
had intentions on going on that lift to the top of the mountain, but little did I know, the month of September they close it down for every year. I get there and they literally just close it down like 2 days before then. I was like, you
Just
guys.
so that you know, when you go to St. Thomas, and if the lift is closed to go all the way to Paradise Point, there's a street on the side that you can go all the way, but you're gonna have to walk it. But you can go up there.
Well, that or you could take a taxi.
That too.
Well, I was like, I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna take a taxi now. At that point, I said, I'm just going back on the ship. Screw this. I was tired already. I just came from Megan's Bay. I went to the pirate museum. I said, you know what? Screw this. I asked my wife. I go, you want to go to the top? I'll get us cash. She's like, no. All right, let's go back on the ship. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it was getting a little late, and I had early dinner. Because the thing with Carnival, you put down 6 o'clock dinner. It's not 6 o'clock every time. It's actually 5:30.
Right.
That's the one thing everybody forgets. It's not 6. It's 5:30, and then some nights it's 5. On the elegant nights, it's 5 o'clock.
They got some really cool. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool.
And by the way, that's an actual mummy, everybody. That's an actual. I don't know how they preserve it. Beats me. I don't know, but they know how to preserve the dead back then. I'm being honest. It's the truth. I'm sorry.
They probably preserve it back then better than what they do today.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's actually this one culture. They actually preserve the bodies, and they bring the bodies out once a year, and people like sit with the dead relatives. I'm like, kid, I saw this on like YouTube.
Well, I'm good.
I was like, really? I'm like, isn't that like a disgrace to them?
I'm good with that.
I mean,
think about it. You have to see them once a year again after and go through all of that again. No, I'm good.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
Well, that's a tradition, I guess.
It's a culture, but
look at Muncie. Wait, what?
I might look at the chat right now. Wait, what is it? Yeah, Muncie. Look, I'm telling you, the next time I find it, I'm gonna put it up there. We want to go to Ocean Day. A 5-day cruise would be double for us for a balcony. Yeah. So
they're over there having a whole conversation about a cruise and
Ocean View, right? Do try the Ocean View. Because an Ocean View and interior is not much of a big price difference.
What happened to your camera? Why you look blurry? Oh, there you go.
Me?
Yeah, it just fixes stuff.
Oh, maybe because I switched the screen. I mean, I didn't stop sharing. That's weird. The camera got drunk.
I know, right?
I mean, I'll be honest. This is gorgeous. This is a really, really. I would definitely want to come in. I did so many more photos on that thing. So let's go down and let me do this the proper way, unlike I did on the last one. I apologize, everybody. Okay, so if you got a tip, you got PO, no extras, taxes, tour, pickup service. You get a shopping tour, you got a bottle of water, lunch, entry fees, and the transfer. So that's all included. And where are you going? Okay, so you're going 4 places. National Museum. Number 2, if someone can translate that, please translate it and put it in the comments because I have no fucking clue what the hell that says. Excuse my language.
No, I don't know what that says.
Well, okay, you're going to go to a restaurant, a delightful lunch at a restaurant with a tour and all that. So, and then number 3 is a mosque. So just be wary. You're going to a mosque. They're probably gonna have you take off your sneakers and all that.
Probably, yeah.
That's what they do at the mosque, and you're gonna go Khan El Kahali. See, I did it, Kahali. I put in the accent. I went Kahalo. I did. Okay, so that is that. As we are done with that part, And I mean, where is my restaurant? Okay, so you want to start? You want to go first with your restaurant? Yeah, I'll let you go
Yeah,
now.
I'll do my restaurant real quick. All
Yeah.
right, so let's do mine. All right, so this is my restaurant. It's called the Ward. It's called the Ward Restaurant. Let me hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get the. Okay, this is what it looks like. It's very pretty though. I guess this is what it looks like inside of the restaurant. Let me hold on. I'm trying to look for the actual menu. I don't know. Sometimes with these, it's so hard to get everything. Our menu. Here we go. It's so tiny. Hopefully it'll work. It doesn't work. It is not working for me today. Harmony Restaurant. Let me stop sharing and let me see if it'll let me go in there. Yeah, for some reason, it's not letting me at all do it. Hold on. It's like how would I say it? It was like yeah, it's not letting me do it, Keith.
All right,
At
so
all.
I'll
Try
do mine.
yours and I'm gonna see if I could find it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll do mine. Mine's just basically photos, everybody, because I found a restaurant and nothing was in English. I mean, sometimes they put it, yeah. Which one is it? Girls Times. Okay, yeah, I got it. So this is more, if you see, it's more like it's Egypt. Oh, this one 5 years ago, but whatever. You can see, they got the soccer game and the sports thing over there. This is actually called Santorini Restaurant and Cafe. You know what was weird about when I started looking? I literally found a Pizza Hut and a McDonald's. So just let everybody know that one real quick. Let me bring this down a little bit so you guys can see. That's like the Peterborough, Santorini. Not bad. I mean, you got nice views over there. That's definitely.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little restaurant. You know. Definitely, it is nice. I just, I can't find. Okay, here's some food right there. Definitely, you got some nice food. Looks good. Bar. I want to find some food for you. Okay, here's another food dish. Pasta. Middle Eastern. That's their coffee, and they probably have like the mud on the bottom of their coffee. I like to call it. You got some waffles. Got some. I thought it was pizza for a second. Oh wait. See what I mean? Look, everybody, it's not in English, so
Yeah.
I'll give you guys. So that's the one thing. If you do go there, you might have a tough time trying to order food from the restaurants because I notice a lot of them are not in English.
I know mine's the one that I found is also not in English, so I wouldn't even be able to read it. So
Yeah, that's the thing.
but it's called the Ward Restaurant. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll put it on the comments.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's basically. Oh, wait, I gotta stop sharing. I'm sorry, I almost forgot to do that. Yeah, that's. Yeah,
I guess
this is one I've talked before. So before we get into anything else, what part are we doing next week? So we can let everybody know.
next week we're doing the Port of Qatar. It's going to be next week on October 1st. So we're going to be back on the Port of Qatar next week.
So we're staying in the Middle East.
We're staying in the Middle East. And really quickly before we end our evening, because I know we have some announcements and things like that, I just wanted to let family at sea know I will be in the Celebrity Excel on the 15th of November. Is where I will be.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if you're still here, and if you are, just put it in the comments. But that's when I will be on there. So you have an announcement. So go ahead. I'll leave the floor all to you.
So I actually decided to do, but it's not a cruising with Keith group cruise. It's more of a group cruise for like vloggers, or I mean, you don't have to be a vlogger to be on it. But it gives you opportunity to actually meet vloggers and see how we do our work and stuff like this. And if you're a vlogger, it's more of a thing for all of us to, what's that word? Collaborate, if that's it. That's the word I'm saying correctly. All of us collaborate to see how everybody else does their work with their channel and helps everybody else grow their channel. So I'm doing a group cruise based off of stuff like that. Where we can all be obviously on each other's videos. A lot of people can have cameras, right? So what better ship to do this on, right, than the Carnival Festival, right? Not the inaugural cruise, not the first cruise, which is, I think, a 4-day, right? If I'm correct, or 5 days.
I think so, yeah.
Not the next cruise, which is a 6-day. No, we're going to do it on the cruise after that, which is an 8-day, the week of Memorial Day. So it's basically, if you obviously we all work, so you're only going to use 4 working days because it's a holiday week. 4 working days for an 8-day cruise, and it's basically going to the same place where I just said. It's going to go to San Juan, St. Thomas, Amber Cove, Celebration Key, and it's going to do it. I checked day by day, the exact same thing. The last day you will be at Celebration Key. So it's basically that's what we're going to do it. The group cruise is almost. I mean, it is set up, but almost set up. So
and what is it going to be called?
Vloggers on the High Seas. Thank you.
Hey.
I was like, oh, what's it going to be called? Okay. So we're going to call it Vloggers on the High Seas. I'm going probably within the next couple of days, we will have everything all together. I already have 3 yeses, right? So I have people on my TikTok side who already told me that they would go. So once I get that information, I'm going to send that to them. So, okay, and all that. So that's what I'm trying to do and all that. I mean, it's far away, everybody. It's 612 days. So why am I doing it so early? Because I want to give everybody the opportunity to actually go, right? To want to be there. It's a new cruise ship, and I'm trying to get, this is my first time ever doing it, and obviously I might need a little help, but we work.
You need to get Jaden to do your information on for YouTube.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
My son, how he does all of his group cruises. Do I have one here? Let me see.
The old one. You probably have the old one.
Yeah, let me just play it just for fun. Hold on.
It's the same ports, just a different day.
It might be. Yeah, hold on.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here to announce our next group cruise. It's an 8-day vacation on the Carnival Mardi Gras, and it's for more than just traveling with Tinkerbell or cruising with Keith. This one's for all of Across the Waves. We're heading out on August 30th and coming back on September 7th of 2025. Here's the itinerary so everyone knows what to get ready for. We're departing from Port Canaveral in Orlando, Florida on the 30th. We've got our first 2 days at sea, so you've got plenty of time to check out the ship. They've got Shaq's Big Chicken at the back of the boat, free pizza.
But yeah, you need to get Jaden to do one of those for your group cruise.
Yeah,
the Vloggers at sea, the high seas. That would be so cool.
Was it Vloggers on the High Seas?
Vloggers on the High Seas.
I have it written down right here, so Vloggers on the High Seas. So I gotta figure something out with that. I actually may try to find maybe AI is gonna help me maybe make a logo.
Yeah.
We're
working on that. So, I'm still working with Carnival to get some cabins that he needs put into the group. So
the interior cabins we all have already. I think it's like 20 something right now, but I'm trying to get try to get some balconies and ocean views and all that stuff because we know there's a lot more groups going on that cruise.
Yeah, we're actually I think it's gonna be about 40 cabins total.
Yeah. So
and if we need more, then we can add more. Look at Muncie, sounds better than the Vlogger Extravaganza cruise. That's right, Muncie. Woo! We named that cruise yesterday, Vloggers on the High Seas. Ooh.
And I couldn't think of a name, and I was literally sitting down, asking the people on my TikTok side, and I was like, "What do I call it? I'm gonna do something with content creators." I was like, "Oh, Cruising with Keith's content creator cruise." I was like, "No, man, it sounds horrible." I'm like, "What do I call this?" Until I got on the phone with you, and Jeffy actually gave me the name, and he gave it to me like that. I was like
that. Vloggers on the High Seas.
I think about this for hours, and I couldn't even think of that. I mean, I even asked AI, ChatGPT, and they didn't give me that. I was like, "This is horrible."
Yeah, so I'll talk to Jaden so he can do one of those for you, and he'll send it over your way.
Well, if you want, I'll send you a bunch of because I just came from Celebration Key, so I have photos. And all
look who's here!
Hey,
there you are. If you can do Keith, he's doing a group cruise, and he needs one of these that you did for the Mardi Gras.
I will. I'll send him some photos from Celebration Key because I know
I can work with that.
He'll do it for you. See, there you go. We hook you up. But I do agree with Lulu Cruises. It's going to go fairly fast. It's a new ship. Everybody wants to be on it. It's going to be the third sailing on this ship.
Technically, it's the fourth, but because it's coming from Spain. But I call it the third, because the first sail to me is once you hit the United States, and obviously there may. And on that cruise, you're probably going to get some big vloggers on that cruise,
right?
Like obviously the ship life will be coming from Spain. He probably won't be on there because he'll be off.
The ship life is going to be coming on the ship when it leaves the dock over there.
Yeah. No. He's going to be flying to Spain. He's going to do that, and then he's going to stay.
When is this? 2027.
2027. I think it's May 29th. I don't have a calendar in front of me.
Okay.
So it's a Saturday to a Sunday. So I'll tell you exactly how the ports went. So you got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, sea days. Tuesday, St. Thomas. Wednesday was San Juan. Thursday is Amber Cove. Friday is a sea day. And then Saturday is Celebration Key. Then you go back home. So it's literally the same.
Well, there you guys have it. That's the announcement, the hot press announcement out the door. I'll give the information to Jaden so he can work on it for you.
Yeah. So I'll send you a bunch of photos.
Yeah, and we can get everything done. But next week we're going to be in Qatar. So come back next week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also,
and it's spelled with a Q everywhere, even though it said like a K.
Yeah.
Qatar.
So I don't know what am I going to be doing next Tuesday yet. I'm still trying to figure that out, but there will be a 7 p.m. show next Tuesday. So keep an eye on that. But for me, that's pretty much it. Are you done for tonight?
I have some breaking cruise news, which is I should have it out in about an hour.
Okay, well, there you guys
go. I got to do the video, whole thing. So basically, a lot of people, no one has really seen the story yet. Someone else got arrested for child, with the phone.
Right.
So I'm not gonna get into too much details with it because I want to actually have the video out, but just give everybody a hint about it's two stories. It's that story and it's the story with the woman who got stuck in the middle on that slide.
Oh wow. Well, I just wanted to say thank you to Carmen Lynn on the win for coming into our new show, brand new. Also, I want to thank
we had someone else from the beginning.
Yeah, hold on. Family at Sea, thank you so much for coming in new to the show. And also Best, what is
VentureCast.
VentureCast, thank you so much for coming in new to the show. Hopefully we'll see you next Wednesday. In the meantime, I love you guys all to the moon and back. Please stay safe. God bless each and every one of you guys. And I love you. Toodaloo, guys. Bye-bye. Toodles.